Hey guys, Mr. Simonini here. This video is about changing a quadratic from vertex form to standard form, as you can see by these examples. So just a reminder, if you need to pause the video or rewind it, make sure you're doing that if you're not fully understanding what is going on. Anyways, this is my first example, so I have y equals x plus 5 squared minus 10. Understand what we're doing. We're changing from vertex form to standard form. I'm not asking for the vertex. I'm not asking for solutions. What I'm asking right here is you to change from vertex to standard form. So the first step of changing from vertex form to standard form is to look at what you have squared. In this case, it's x plus 5 squared. So it's really important to kind of just look at this and figure out what x plus 5 squared is to the side of the problem. So x plus 5 squared, remember, you have to expand it out to x plus 5 times x plus 5. It becomes, if you consider it a FOIL problem or a problem where you're going to have 4 arrows, you're going to have to distribute here. So when I distribute, remember, my first thing is x times x. So x times x in this case is going to be x squared. My second step would be x times 5, which would be 5x. And then my other 2 arrows come from the bottom of distributing 5 now, which is my inside part, so it'd be plus 5x here. And then my last, which in this case is going to be 5 times 5, which is 25. Again, I'm multiplying there, not adding. Now when you get here, remember you can combine like terms. So I have x squared plus 5x is 10x. And then I have that plus 25 right there. So understand x plus 5 squared is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 25. So you're going to do this to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now you might be wondering, wait, why did you put that in parentheses? When we do a difficult problem later in this video and when you do it in your homework, you're always going to get in a habit of doing that because it's going to help you out with difficult problems. But understand what I have so far is minus 10 here. I'm dropping this down and understand I have y equals. Now, fully understand the coefficient in front of here is 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to distribute the 1. Now, when you distribute 1 here, yeah, technically you really don't need parentheses, but I'm going to tell you in a problem down here and this problem down here, it is going to change and it is going to matter. All right, so again, have parentheses, in this case distributing 1, so I got y equals x squared plus 10x plus 25, and then don't forget your minus 10. Really, you don't need that step in that case, but you will, again, in more difficult problems. 25 minus 10, combine those terms, and I got x squared plus 10x plus 15. Hey, remember that this is the same quadratic, same parabola, same looking, these look the same when you grab this, the exact same thing. All right, there's just two different, the same quadratic, just looking, different. But again, if you graph both of them, it will be the same thing. So just a reminder, you do this to the side, and we did this to the side. So now let's do a more difficult problem. So what you need to do is you need to really focus on, so in this case, before I start diving into it, let's look at it. I got y equals negative, parenthesis 3x plus 4 squared minus 4. What makes this problem different and a little bit more difficult is this negative that's in front. So what do we do when this occurs? When there's not just 1 in front of there? Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to focus on what you're squaring. And understand we're not squaring the negative, so I'm not going to include that in my side problem. So what I'm going to understand here is what is 3x plus 4 squared? And again, you're going to do this problem to the side. This is the first step you want to do whenever you're changing from vertex form to standard form, is to, again, you're going to have to expand it out, do your foiling or, your 4 arrows. In this case, I'm going to do this one a little bit more quicker. So again, remember 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. So again, that's my 2 top arrows. Now my bottom arrow, distribute the 4 now, so it'd be plus 12x. And then 4 times 4, which is going to be 16. So in this case, I have 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. So again, this is what 3x plus 4 squared equals. Now, really, really important to focus here. Now, whatever this is going to be 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. And what's in front of this parenthesis, remember, is this negative. Okay, so you just have to drop the negative down. And don't forget, we have a minus 4 still that's hanging outside. And then if you want to be really clean, make sure you have y equals. Now, this is what's important. I'm distributing the negative 1. This is what I'm distributing. So what I have here is y equals, make this a brighter color, y equals negative 9x squared. Clean it up. Y equals negative 9x squared minus 24x minus 16. Now, if you did not have the parentheses, you would have messed up that problem. So you really, really got to make sure you're focusing on distributing that negative after you expanded out your binomial square here, right? And don't forget, I still have that minus 4. So the last step is combining negative 16 and negative 4. So I got y equals negative 9x squared minus 24x minus 20 when you combine those terms. So this is the vertex form. It changes into standard form, and this is how the standard form of the quadratic will look like. All right, last problem, just to make sure we're getting this down. Again, the first thing you do is you look at this x minus 3 squared. The negative 6 is not getting squared there, so x minus 3 squared equals x minus 3 times x minus 3. So again, what you do is you do first, outside, inside, last, or your 4 arrows. So I have x squared minus 3x minus 3x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is going to be a positive 9. So this is going to be x squared minus 6x plus 9. This is what x minus 3 squared equals. So again, this is going to change. Now put this in parentheses so you don't mess it up. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. Close it. Don't forget, you have a negative 6 in front. You have that plus 8 that's after it. And then don't forget it's y equals. So what you're doing here, again, I'm not distributing to the 8. I'm distributing to what x minus 3 squared is. So you have to only do 3 arrows there. Okay, do not distribute to the 8. Okay, you leave the 8 alone. So in this case, I have y equals negative 6x squared. Negative 6 times negative 6x, be careful, negative times a negative is a positive, so it'll be plus 36x. And then negative 6 times 9 is going to be negative 54. And then again, don't forget you have that plus 8 outside, and you're not multiplying the negative 6 to 8, because the 8 is not inside of the parentheses, it's outside. Combine these terms here, so it'll be y equals negative 6x squared plus 36x minus 46. And this will be your final answer. Well, I hope you understand that. Again, it's really important to do that side problem first. Expand or out your binomial square. Get that, change it, put it in parentheses, and distribute the number that's in front. And then you combine like terms. All right, thank you.